to the Playboy Hotel and Casino, where tonight, Alessi Promotions is proud to tell you the Friday night fights are back. Tonight, boxing fans here in Atlantic City and across the country, millions of viewers will be watching on the USA Cable Network as Alessi Promotions has bringing you 42 scheduled rounds of boxing. Now for the introductions for this bout. This is the junior featherweight contest for 6 rounds. The referee is referee Larry Hazard. In the red corner, wearing the white trunks with the red and blue trim, tipping the scales at 123¼ pounds. He's undefeated with a record of 3-0 and 2 knockouts. He's from the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, Wade, Erskine Wade. Erskine Wade, ladies and gentlemen. And in the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with the white trim, weighing in at 122½ pounds, he's also undefeated, 5 straight with 4 knockouts. He comes from down south Miami, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, George Prendas. George Prendas. This bout is for 6 rounds in the junior featherweight division.
All right, fellas, I want a nice clean fight. I want you to keep your punches up at all times. There's to be no holding, no pushing off with the elbow, no unnecessary wrestling. When I give you the command to break, I want a clean break. However, protect yourself at all times, especially when you're coming out of clinches. In case of a knockdown, fighter who scores a knockdown, go to the farthest neutral corner, remain in that corner until I tell you to come out. Fighter going down, you must take a mandatory 8 count. The 3 knockdown ruling has been waived, and the bell cannot save either of you if you go down toward the end of a round. Do you have any questions at this time? Okay, shake hands, come out fighting at the bell.
We are ready to go. Al Albert along with Angelo Dundee, ringside at USA's Friday Night Boxing here at Atlantic City, the Playboy Hotel and Casino. 6 rounds, junior featherweights. In the black trunks, George Prendas, 24 years old, out of Miami, Florida, 5-0 with 4 KOs. In the white trunks, Erskine Wade, just 22 years old, out of Detroit, Michigan. Long and lanky, has a 4.5-inch reach advantage over Prendas. Angelo Prendas is known for his stalking, puts a lot of pressure on, and Wade is more the stick and move type of fighter. And right now, it seems as if Wade, right off the opening bell, taking a little bit more of the opportunity.
Well, Prendas better start wading in and slugging it out with this guy, because if he stays outside, he's going to take a man-sized licking. Because the other kid's a much better boxer, much better balance, has a better repertoire of things going for him.
Wade is 3-0, 2 KOs, both outstanding amateurs. Now unbeaten in their young pro careers. That long reach of Erskine Wade in the white trunk, 72 inches. Prendas 67.5. And Wade using that left to set up the right.
I sure like to know about their background, their amateur background, how many fights each has had, because the other kid looks like a much better fighter, much better prepared in every department. And Prendas just can't seem to do anything with this kid from the outside. He's going to have to really bore in and gamble.
Prendas, a former Pan Am Games silver medalist. Erskine Wade, semifinalist in the 1982 National Golden Gloves competition in Kansas City. And right now, feeling out process in round 1.
See, that's a better type of amateur background. You just gave it to me because he's been through tougher competition. Because they don't have the competition down in Miami as they have in these big towns where they have all kinds of amateurs and all kinds of gyms.
Prendas, known to be in great physical condition, is known to have an assault, never letting up. This goes 6 rounds in his early stages now. It appears as if Erskine Wade is taking the fight to Prendas here in the early going. And Wade's the kind of guy who fights very well. Sticks and he moves. It's a boxer. Doesn't really like to force the issue inside, although he takes a little bit of a right there. 30 seconds to go in round one.
Prendas is going to look to try to wear this guy down, strength-wise, because the guy did have to come down in weight. That might have a bearing, because when you're a small weight like this, taking off weight takes a lot of weight, a lot of strength from you.
Wade more comfortable at a higher weight at around 126. It's about 3 pounds less than that right now. We'll be back with more boxing from Atlantic City after these words from your local cable systems. Round 2 of this junior featherweight fight, 6 rounds scheduled. George Prendas in the black trunks, Erskine Wade in the right. Feeling out process in round number 1, it appeared as if Wade had the better of the action, but as Angelo Dundee says, Prendas may just play the waiting game. He has 5 more rounds to go.
Well, the stronger of the two is Prendas, physically. He looks it. But this kid, those wiry, tall, skinny kids are the deceiving guys. They're the ones that can stick, move, and punch if you run into one. So Prendas has to be very careful not to run into anything.
Prendas stays low, likes to stay low and throw a quantity of punches. He has knocked out 4 of the 5 victories that he holds.
Well, he's shown me already he's bone tough because he hit some real good punches coming in.
Well, he has been successful, Angelo, in wearing his opposition down. Knockouts coming at the end of fights.
But if he keeps taking punches like he's taking, he can get himself worn out because he's taking a bad licking in there.
Erskine Wade out of Detroit, Michigan. Prendas from Miami, Florida.
The way Wade came in that time, Al, is what I mean about him, getting a little weaker, because he came in and grabbed. And this is a sign maybe that the weight making took a little bit out of the kid.
All right, hold it. It is on.
Larry Hazard, the veteran referee, steps between the two. And now some infighting as Wade's knees buckling somewhat.
Yeah, Wade got hurt that shot with that left hook. I think weight is taking its toll. I think this kid is going to have to stick to featherweight. Prendas to me is a deceiving guy, strong as a bull. That's what's keeping him in there, and that's why he's hurting the other kid.
With Wade right now, Angelo, you see the flick of a jab.
There's not too much bounce to the ounce either. It's not bouncing as much as he first did when he started out. He's starting to get hurt with punches.
We'll be back with more boxing from Atlantic City right after these words from your local cable system. Round 3 of a scheduled 6-rounder, junior featherweights, Erskine Wade in the right, George Prendas coming on at the late stage of the 2nd round in the black. Here in New Jersey, the 3 knockdown rule is not in effect. It is waived. Scoring is done on a rounds basis by the referee and 2 judges. In the event of a draw, supplemental point system will be used. The fighter cannot be saved by the bell except in the final round.
Erskine's fighting with his mouth wide open, a sign that he's having trouble, breathing. I don't know what's the problem with him. I don't know if the weight making took its toll. Either that or Prendas takes a great shot, and he's strong as 10 bulls.
Larry Hazard steps in, tells Erskine Wade to cut that out.
Well, he was pulling and spinning, grabbing from behind the head.
As Wade appears right now looking for different kinds of tactics to get back.
Well, he's
in this
trying to avoid Prendas.
Yep.
Prendas is giving him pressure, and he's jumping around aimlessly instead of fighting like he fought early with that stick in the kid's face, staying right in front of him and boxing him.
Prendas from the start has been pursuing in a orderly manner. Not as much pressure as he has supplied in some of his earlier fights, but sizing up the opposition, the long and lean Erskine Wade, and feels that he has 6 rounds to deal with him. Timekeeper tonight, Ron Johnson. The judges Milo Savage and Tommy Kazmarek. Larry Hazard, the referee, alternating with Joe O'Neill on tonight's card.
Prendas doesn't have the balance of the kid Erskine Wade, but he keeps trying, keeps plugging. What he started doing early, he stopped doing, and Wade's looking really like a great boxer again.
There have not really been any telltale blows in this one. And the crowd now getting a little anxious, waiting for some action.
Well, it isn't that. Wade's looking to avoid getting hit. He's doing the best he can, and he don't want to look to get nailed himself.
With Wade right now, it is basically backpedaling, defense, using that long reach to stay away from Prendas. Clearly has not issued that much heavy damage. And we are running out of time in round number 3. Friday Night Boxing here on USA Network in Atlantic City. All right, that ends round 3 as Wade is right there in his corner. And right now, Prendas has appeared to have taken over the fight. The 2 young professionals, outstanding as amateurs, and the record of 3-0 for Erskine Wade, 2 knockouts, but right now he knows that he has to do something to turn this one around. He knows he is behind Prendas.
Well, it's a very strange fight because I think I got the fight 1 round Prendas, 2 rounds Wade. And I promised myself I wouldn't keep score.
It's funny. I had 2 rounds Prendas and 1 round Wade.
That's why I don't want to keep score.
There is the tail of the tape. Prendas, 2 years older. Wade, who has that big reach advantage, 4.5 inches, and now he has been using that more or less in a defensive nature. All right, we're moving in now to the meat of this bout. 3 rounds are gone. Perhaps 3 rounds to go. Round number 4.
Let go that head, George. Let go that head.
All right, Wade now opening the attack.
That's one thing Wade don't want to do. He's going to wind up getting the short end of that because the other fellow is shorter, he throws shorter punches. You got to wind up getting nailed doing that. He's better off doing like he's doing, boxing, moving, and keeping the little bull off.
Well, the boxers have been keeping their distance throughout this fight.
Let him go, let him go, let him go.
Something that is quite all right for Erskine Wade, but Prendas would like to work inside. But it's difficult to get in on Wade.
Larry actually told Wade, let him go, let him go. He said, the heck with you. You leave him go.
Let him go, Wade. Let him go. Step back.
And you hear Larry Hazard right there issuing the instructions. I'm fighting this fight, not you.
He's trying to say,
my head on the line.
Let me loose. I tell you, he's using every inch of this 20-foot ring this way to make it.
Waved off by Larry Hazard. It was actually a trip. Prendas goes to the penalty box, 2 minutes for tripping. I don't think there's any question about
that. It was
that.
Definitely a trip. But he's running too much.
No more wrestling, says Larry Hazard. Prendas, who is out of Costa Rica, where he was the former Pan Am Games silver medalist, has been living in Miami. Past 3 years, been going to school at Miami-Dade North Community College while he pursues his boxing. 30 seconds to go in round number 4. Our co-main events coming up. Pedro Laza against Bobby Sparks, lightweights, and then Michael Bradley against Ralph Twining, junior welterweights. Twining with 22 wins, 20 knockouts. Bradley undefeated at 17-0. Playing out the end of round number 4. George Prendas and Erskine Wade. George Prendas with his corner right now doesn't seem really too pleased with what is going on, although he appears to have the upper hand. Erskine Wade, Angelo Dundee, starting to get some heat from the referee, Larry Hazard, in the last round.
Yeah, he's using that old song on him, let me loose. But he don't want to let the other little guy loose. Prendas in close. I've never seen a more deadpan look on a fighter than Prendas. He don't show no emotion, nothing. Tough guy to fight.
And he takes that extra bit of time to sit on the stool in the corner right up until the bell. Good left by Wade. Just beginning round number 5. Prendas goes down, and it is scored a knockdown. So here in the 5th round, Prendas looks in the corner, shakes his head.
Yeah, that's a knockdown.
You got to be kidding. As Hazard said, yes, reassuring it is a knockdown.
Well,
So perhaps this will light a little more of a fire in Prendas.
That was no knockdown, it was a body block. They banged bodies, one guy went down. But doesn't make too much difference because Prendas right now can't find this kid, and this kid looks to be getting a little better. Aren't you glad we're not keeping score out?
You got it even, right?
No, I had Wade ahead about 3-1. But I could be dead wrong. I'm glad not to be a judge because they got the toughest job in the place trying to figure a fight out.
Well, Erskine Wade sticking and moving. One fighter perhaps in this one will suffer his first defeat as a pro.
Well, actually, it won't be too much harm done. These are very green fighters. They don't have that much experience. I think they'll both be better for this. I think Prendas will know how to handle a boxing style, and I think that the other kid will make more effective use of a good left hand that he has.
Minute and a half gone at round number 5.
All right, come on, punch out, punch out.
Actually, Larry Hazard has been one of the busier men in the ring in this fight. Also sticking and moving.
You know, Al, the East Coast is not the best place in the world for a 122-pounder. Got to go to California, got to go to Mexico.
Why do you
got to
say
go out of the country? Because there ain't that many kids around this weight. Tough enough being a featherweight, let alone a junior featherweight.
Just say they eat more in the East? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I'm not saying that. We don't have too many small people around today because today's generation is getting bigger all the time.
I guess those who are smaller migrate to California.
Yes, well, no. A lot of Mexican kids there, a lot of Latins, and this way they have the smaller guys there, Japanese guys. So you got guys you can fight with and learn your trade. It's tough being a 122-pounder around Atlantic City and, say, the Eastern Coast.
Time running out on round number 5. And that should just about do it. 5 down and 1 to go for George Prendas and Erskine Wade. Our first fight here tonight, and we welcome our viewers all across the country to USA Cable Network, right here at the Playboy Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City. Our first Friday night boxing from Atlantic City. Friday night fights right here on the USA Network throughout the month. Once a month, first Friday of every month, we will be right here in Atlantic City. So Erskine Wade, who owns the only knockdown in the fight, and that one was questionable.
It was not a punch. More of balance. It hit him on the shoulder, actually. But I think Larry Hazard was right.
This is the
was a
6th and
knockdown.
final round.
What happened, whether you trip or slip and you go down, it's a knockdown.
If it happened a little closer to the ropes, it would have not been a knockdown. Prendas would have been saved. They just had too much canvas behind him. All right, this is the 6th and final round. Wade has been waging more of a defensive battle throughout, and might figure now that if he could continue that for one more round, he would remain undefeated.
Well, actually, what he's doing now is boxing. The difference between boxing and running. He's boxing, going side to side, making the other fellow keep off balance, turning him around. He's doing a good job now. He's about the second round, he messed up and kept running, which made the other guy look like he was doing everything in there. He's fighting a smarter fight now, and he looks like he has command of the fight.
Prendas, who is known for his constant pressure, but generally it is easier if you have a target that is not moving as much as Erskine Wade.
No, that's where you take pressure away from a guy, pressure tactics, by moving side to side. And the kid has the ability to go both ways. Side to side, left, right, that's what's driving Prendas out of his mind. Last round he went back to the corner, he threw his mouthpiece down in disgust, and in the corner was talking to him, and he just couldn't get himself coordinated. Where he said, what I got to do to get that guy?
What advice would you offer Prendas?
Do the best you can, because he's in there trying, but he's got to just try to get a little closer.
How do you cut off the ring with a guy like Erskine Wade?
Well, you got to have the same type of reflexes the other fella has. You got to step left, step right. Don't follow him around the circle. So you don't have the lateral movement that the other kid has.
Fight has been devoid of any of the hard rocks. Even the knockdown was what you would consider a soft knockdown.
Oh no, knockdowns are knockdowns. It takes points away from you, and it makes you lose the round. It's the first time I saw Prendas take a backward step. I don't think he knew what that meant, take a backward step. That's why he had that knockdown.
Not that Wade has been moving backwards all night.
All right, let's head out.
All right, we're coming down now to the closing seconds of this one. 6 rounds. Interesting decision coming up. Time running out as Wade thought he may have opened something up. And that is it. And Erskine Wade, who has been dancing for 6 rounds, takes a little jog to end this. Erskine Wade, 3-0 going in. George Prendas, 5-0. Prendas had 4 KOs. Wade had 2 KOs. And they both end this one standing. Judges doing the scoring, as is the referee, Larry Hazard. Again, scoring here in New Jersey on a rounds basis. Then if a draw, supplemental point system will be used.
The boxer beat the slugger because he's more mobile movement, used the ring better. I thought he changed his. Prendas has nothing to be ashamed of. Fought a good fight. Good fight.
Got the approval from Angelo Dundee.
It was a good fight, Al. I enjoyed it. You know, when you see something like that, determine a kid like Prendas.
All right, here's the
Ladies and
decision.
gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. The winner, in the red corner, from Detroit, Michigan, Erskine Wade. Let's have a fine hand for this young junior featherweight from Miami, Florida, George Prendas.
Unanimous decision. Erskine Wade ups his record to 4-0 as George Prendas loses for the first time. Walks out of the ring with a record of 5-1. And we will be back for more.